Assalamu alaikum, guys. Welcome to the 2024 MFL Vision podcast with Ubi and Nadeem.
Assalamu alaikum.
And we got our co-host
Ubi.
over there, Waleed Saifan.
Thank you. I can't wait to clown Ubi today.
And
Worst
we can't
picks of all
forget-
time.
We can't forget our moderator, Lamajid Jisri.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go, guys. Let's get right into it.
Alright guys, let's get into our first topic. Let's talk about everyone's first pick in each one, starting with Omar Hassan, got Azduz, Ubi selecting Aus, Omar Ahmed selecting AJ, Dumi selecting Osama Jisri, Ebi getting Yanal, and Fahad getting Ben.
All right. I'm just
I
gonna
like it.
say.
I like it.
I'm just gonna say Azuz was a no-brainer, and then after Azuz was me, and for me it was between Aus and AJ. And I'll just say this: Aus is gonna be a solid player. He has the best hands in the league. He's baby Gronk. So all I gotta say is he's about to destroy everyone. He's
It's
going
not
off
what I've
this
been
year.
hearing, man. It's not what I've been hearing.
What did you hear?
I've been hearing some crazy talk about Aus, bro. He's getting old. He's up there. Bad knee after bad knee. The commute from St. Louis to KC, it's too crazy for him.
Oh,
Hey.
he lives in St. Louis?
Doesn't he go there for work?
I'm not sure.
I heard he's
Yeah.
in St. Louis. Yeah.
Damn.
He's moving.
Hey,
Didn't you say there was a video of him working out though? At least
he's been sending
moving.
pictures. He's
Oh.
getting ready. He's gonna be in top shape. I'm telling you, the comeback is real.
We're
Comeback
waiting
is
for
gonna
it,
be
we're waiting
crazy.
for it. But going back to it, I mean, we got Azuz. Azuz, they're boys. Omar Egypt and Azuz,
Yeah.
they're boys. He's just got to pick him up. That's how it is. That's how it has been since day one.
Mhm.
Ubi, man.
Do you
The
think
AJ
do you think
What's up?
AJ would have went second if he wasn't missing the playoff game?
Yeah,
It was
I
a
can
toss
see
up for
that.
me. It was a toss up for me. Aus and AJ were a toss up. I mean, Aus, he's been there since, for the last 10, 15 years now. He's always been one of the best players in the league since I can remember. So AJ, man, that guy's amazing. When I played Alan last year, AJ was going off on my team, especially in the rain. He was just mossing everyone. So I expect the same thing from him this year. But the issue is he's missing about, I think, 2 or 3 weeks this year. So
That was huge, man.
So that's
huge.
why he dropped to third.
Yeah.
So
He kind of ruined. I feel like him changing that up kind of ruined some people's draft strategy too. I know with Doomy, it kind of ruined his draft strategy. Kind of ruined all of his picks going from the first to maybe the third or fourth round. But AJ, when I look at AJ, man, especially on the field, he gives that ball hawk mentality.
Yeah.
He's sideline to sideline everywhere. He's just up in the air. Somehow he's messing with the play. Somehow he's interfering with the quarterback. Somehow he's doing something just to mess with the play up. So, no, he's definitely up there. So, second round or second overall, definitely worth it in my opinion. I'm not even gonna lie to you. So going in that AJ thing, because it was kind of a last minute thing, right? Him we didn't get a confirmation. So him missing time was kind of a last minute thing. So Doomy definitely wanted Osama on his team, but I don't think he wasn't certain. There was rumors going around that EB was gonna pick him up. So Doomy kind of wanted Aus, but that didn't work out.
yeah.
And then it ended up just working out the way that it
He
did.
led the league in TDs 2 seasons ago.
Yeah,
He did.
but Dumi definitely picked up Osama, I think, just because EB said he was gonna get him.
For sure. No, for
So-
sure. I think that too. But no, like Lamajid said, he did lead the league in touchdowns 2 years ago, but his quarterback was Ebi, my bad. So definitely not Ubi.
So let's talk about the next pick, Yanal. Man, Yanal's pick. Sorry, EB's pick. That was actually a really good pickup. I think honestly, Yanal has the potential to be Offensive Player of the Year. I'm just saying, with EB and Yanal's athleticism, I think they might have it in locks this year.
I'm taking Ben, bro. At that pick, maybe because EB wasn't there enough last year, but I'm taking Ben, bro. Like, yeah, Yanad is a good player. He's for sure a good player. But in that position at 5, I'm taking Ben all day. I remember against us in the playoffs, Fahad to Ben, I think they had 3 or 4 receiving touchdowns together that game. So just that performance by itself, I mean, it kind of showed me that. Because I remember from last season, I was always saying Ben was kind of a reach when Fahad picked him up. But after seeing that game, man, he impressed me real good. So I think I would take Ben over Yanal, but I don't think EB saw enough of him to make that decision.
I'm just saying, I think Fahad can make anyone look good. So
he can, yeah, I can see that too. But and then Fahad obviously picks up Ben again, which I love that pick. I think they already built the chemistry together. They know what they're doing. Fahad knows what he can get out of him. So I love that pick for sure.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, I don't think it gets better. It gets better for Ben and Fahad. So let's move on.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Let's move on to the next part. We're gonna talk about each team's grades. So we got Omar Egypt with the B+, Ubi with the C, Omar Ahmed with the B, Dumi with C-, EB A-, and Fahad A.
But no, overall, I like that team. I mean, obviously, Azuz, first overall, that's undisputed. Amin, I love that pick. Amin being there, just playmaker. He has, in my opinion, one of the biggest catch radiuses in the league. So I like that. He has Delibe and Enes either blocking or rushing. Tawfiq, man, freaking 8 feet tall giant. He could do anything. He can go up there, moss someone. I think we saw that in the championship game of last year. He's a good receiving threat. And then just batting down the balls, man. I remember when we played him, Dumi could not do anything just because he was swanning the balls down. And then at the end, I see he has Ahmed Quraini, which is pretty sick. We'll see if he's washed up or he's still got a little bit left in the gas tank.
He's missing a few games, so that's why he dropped all the way down. Yeah, he would have been drafted in like the 4th or 5th. So, yeah, but Almar's team does look good. I don't see any reaches at all, to be honest. So honestly, I'd give him at least like a B or B+ for that grade.
I can agree with the grade.
It just, one thing I will say, he doesn't have speed, and I feel like you really need speed in flag football. But I mean, he does have Azuz, so
for sure.
We'll see how that goes.
I don't really see it.
Yeah, I mean, Amin's really good. Amin will make plays, but we'll see. We'll see how good Omar is gonna be.
I'll just I'm gonna say okay. Okay, so next up we got Ubaida Dalak. I'll let you go up first with this one. Your team, baby.
All right. So I know my so my draft grade. I know I took a lot of heat for this one, but there's a lot of players that people don't know about. There's a lot of unproven people. There's a lot of people that people think might be reaches. But I'll say this: starting off with Aus, I mean, that was a no-brainer for where I was at. He's definitely one of the best players in the league, if not the best. You got Siraj. Siraj was a killer safety last year, and And no, listen. He last season did not show his actual potential. He was leaving for going overseas, so he decided to take.
He was too excited for the food.
Role. Exactly.
Yeah.
But this season he's coming in. He's getting a bigger role. He's definitely gonna do a lot more. You're gonna see probably a ton. He might compete with most touchdowns in the league. And then after that, I got Dawood and Zaid, and I'll say this: they're both gonna be amazing rushers. I really wanted to capitalize on getting really good rushers, and I think they'll work really well together. And Zaid and Dawood are pretty fast. And then after
Zaid that high though was kind of crazy.
I mean, he was picked in the 5th last year, so getting Zaid up in the 4th, especially when I see improvements, I thought it was a no-brainer. Obviously, I mean, there's a couple people where you could kind of argue about, but I mean that's really about it. And then after that, there's I got Noor and Yusuf Quraini. Those are both going to be my my blockers. They're both kind of. Honestly, they might compete for best blocker of the year. And then I got Seth Turner. I heard a lot of stuff from some of the chuzzes. Malik was telling me this guy's insane. So I was like, you know what? It's a 6th rounder.
He's taking the risk.
Who?
Let me
You're
take
taking
the
the
risk.
risk.
I'm taking the
Who?
risk, and let me just say this:
No risk, no reward.
if he's half the person that Malik hypes to be, he'll be the steal of the draft. And then I got Malik Chuz Mensi. How did he
Chuz.
fall that low? How did he fall that low?
How
Explain,
did he?
Nadim.
Yeah,
Explain.
that was kind of crazy.
Man,
Chuz,
it's
Chuz,
crazy.
Chuz.
I don't get it. I don't know. I think people just might not just. I don't think they just take him seriously. I think that's it.
Okay,
think he's-
it is kind of crazy how much he dropped, but we got to think about it. This draft was kind of deep. Like
It
you got
was, but not
like,
that deep to where Chuz Mensi goes into the whatever round that is.
He could.
I mean, end of the day, it's all about people's preferences.
true.
So no one really
For
wanted
sure.
Matic. I think
I mean,
that's why he dropped.
Nobody-
true,
hey,
but I could have
cuz
seen him.
nobody
going
wanted
way
you,
further
cuz.
ahead. There was so many players that he could have went ahead of, which was like shocking
For sure.
to me. I did not
For sure.
expect him to fall that far, but
For sure.
Chuz
and-
is gonna be a huge piece this year.
and then yeah, I'll try to be really quick. And then Ayman, that guy's gonna be a stud. Just wait for it. And then Muhammad, that was just an extra Muhammad Rahima sign up. So let's move on.
For me, Ubi, I mean, I stayed quiet, but your team got a lot of rookies and a lot of who's. Like you got Yusuf Khoraini, rookie. Seth Turner, who? Ayman, rookie. Muhammad, who? Like, it's one of those things to where you got a lot of question marks. I mean, obviously, your top 4 or 5 rounds, you got proven players in El Siraj, Dawood Zaid, and Noor. But, like, other than that, I see a huge drop off. I mean, other than Chuz Mensi, I don't really
Yeah.
see it, man. I just don't.
I mean, you just don't know the players. The thing is, Seth could be like a second or third rounder. He could even be a first rounder.
For sure, and I want this guy to prove me
Yusuf-
wrong.
Yusuf, I guarantee you, I've practiced with him. He could easily be a third or fourth rounder next year.
Let's talk about Omar's team.
All right, let's go to Omar.
So Omar Ahmed, he picked up AJ, which we know he's missing a few weeks. Hamada, which is crazy in the second round. Hamada has been a consistent first rounder for the last X amount of years, so him falling that deep, I mean, is always just gonna be a steal. Like getting a talent like Hamada in the second round is crazy. Danish, we see flashes of him on offense, but we don't see as much of him on offense and on defense. On defense, I feel like he's a ball hawk on defense at safety. Sohaib Hamoud, the Sohaib brothers, great rushers, blockers, how you want to put them. Yazan al-Badawi, great rusher, fast, quick, doesn't know what he's doing half the time, but he gets it. Amir, which I don't know how Amir dropped that high. He might be missing weeks. Kais Mensi, big body. I just see a little too many blockers on this team. Like, I'm seeing Kais, Sohaib and Sohaib, like, and I'm not too familiar with Walid or Hamza, but
I mean,
I'm seeing a little too many blockers.
I mean, I'll say this: you don't need that many receivers. As long as you have your top 3, top 4 receivers, after that, you're chilling.
sure.
You could have blockers and rushes for days.
For sure. But the more I look at it, man, like when AJ misses that playoff game, his receivers are Hamada and Danish. Like,
Yeah.
maybe you can put Amir in there, but it's kind of shaky for
Yeah.
for 3 receivers.
But I can easily see Omar getting that bye week easily.
He can, yeah, he can for sure.
So I think he's taking that risk.
What was
for
his
sure, and he brings
draft?
that running ability.
What was his draft grade? What was it?
His draft grade was a B.
A B. I don't know. I feel like this is like now that we're talking about it, I think it's more like a C plus.
Well, I think because his first 4 players are just so strong.
For
Mhm.
sure.
I think,
for
and
sure.
then he got Yezen and Sohaib as a pass rusher, and Amir. I'm not a big fan of Amir, but if you guys think he's that good, then I mean, it seems looking nice.
Yeah.
The only questionable pick was Sohaib Asmar, but at age is a preference pick.
No. So Hybe is good for his size. He has the technique. He's
Well,
been
yeah, I
blocking for
guess if
years.
you want to keep him as a blocker, but I think Sohaib would have been fine as a blocker.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. But
mean,
I feel
Sohaib
like
Mahmoud.
his draft grade, I think, is just inflated by just literally the top 3, AJ, Hamada, Danish, because you're getting Hamada as a first round talent in the second round. So I think that like kind of inflated his grade. But only time will tell.
I'm gonna be honest. This might be a hot take, but Hamada in the first round, I feel like he'd be a good first rounder for like maybe I don't know, EB or Fahad, but I don't know about with like
sure.
Omar Ahmed. We'll see how that goes.
We'll see.
All right, let's talk about the worst draft grade in the
History.
Okay. All right, bro.
in
Hold
history.
on. This is my team. We don't care about the draft grade. We don't care what you guys think. We don't care what nobody thinks. Majid has the freaking Eagles in the background. We don't care what the Eagles think. We got the best team in the league, hands down. Yes, I'm biased. We got Osama the dog Jisri, led the league in touchdowns. He's gonna be fire. I see him hooping all the time. I see videos of him hooping. We got Monty.
Can I say
crazy
something?
rusher.
That's
Go ahead.
that's him hooping though. That's not him playing football. Like yes,
Athleticism is athleticism,
yes.
buddy.
No. Listen. There's a lot more to it. You gotta know how to get open. You gotta know how to play with your quarterback. If you don't know how to do those things, then what's the point?
We saw that with EB. He did good enough with EB, and I think that's a perfect pick right there. I mean, that was the best option in my opinion. I can see you say Ben or Hamada, but Hamada and Dumi connection didn't work out too well last year. And then Ben is he's too much of a risk if you're not Fahad.
I would have taken Yanal there, but either Yanal or Ben. But the thing is, again, Osama is nice. I would have got him in the second round just for like inexperience.
For sure. But going down the list, I mean, Diya, you could probably say the same thing about him if you want to talk about hooping. But he's there. He's a good piece.
He's a lockdown corner. Diya's a lockdown corner.
Look at the cousin cheese. Look at the cousin cheese. He's hyping him up over there. The Jisri cheese. But we got Mohamed Radih. He's in my opinion a very, very good corner. Pretty good IQ. He's got the hands. I just love to see more of him on offense than me. Hani Hamad is making his return to the MFL.
Are you going to be playing linebacker? Because you might be one of the best linebackers in the league, right, Walid?
That's what Nadeem says.
But I'm gonna have you talk about me, not me. So
okay, hold on, Nadeem, man. You always say you're gonna be a number one, not number one, but you're gonna be a stud receiver. Are you gonna step up this year, or
I'm
do we
coming
gonna
this year?
put
This
you?
year I'm coming. I'm coming
sure?
this year. I'm coming.
Okay,
this year.
let's be honest. You have the best chance because honestly, I think your team's kind of weak on offense. I think you can. It's just up to Dumi if he wants you to.
I've been telling y'all, bro. Pickup. Me and him are like this, bro. Like we're coming, bro. We're
That's
coming.
pickup.
Okay.
Though. Pickup is different.
Question.
Dumi has a lot more time in pickup. You have one.
He doesn't.
rusher.
We do a 6-man count. So
Okay.
it's not a lot of time at all. What's up?
Who was a bigger reach, Dion the third or Zayd in the fourth?
I don't think either one of them are reaches.
Okay.
Stop
So
the
hold
cap.
on. Would you take Tokir over Dion?
I take. I mean, I was with Duma and he was drafting, and I was punching at him, and I'm like, bro, take Tokir. What are you doing? I don't know why he didn't, but Tokir's the only person. Like I'm looking at the list after that. Tokir's the only person I would have taken instead of Diya. Other than that, I feel like Diya is a good pick right there.
Tokir is smart. He knows
For
how
sure.
to get open. He knows how to play. His hands suck, but other than that, I mean, he's a solid player.
Yeah, giving EB Tokir, we messed up.
For
We
sure.
messed up.
No, I have
For
stuff
sure,
to
for
say
sure.
about that, but we'll get to it later.
But real quick fire. Hani Hamad making his return. He's slimmer, more athletic. We were playing with him pickup. That boy is fast. He still has the strength somehow, mashallah. Like he's a lot slimmer, but he's fast and he has the strength. So he's gonna be a beast. Sami Khayyat, my boy. He'll probably just not wake up for any of the games, but he'll be there. Hussam Yunus in the freaking 20th round is unbelievable. I don't think anyone understands how good of a blocker he actually will be. At one point he started last year for us and we picked him up in the last round. So he's going to be a crazy stud. And then Ryan Haq, to be honest, I've never seen him play. I've never met him. So I have no opinion on that one.
Yeah, I'm not really sure about the last three players, so I don't really have any comments. But Hani's a crazy pickup. He's definitely going to be one of the best blockers in the league. So
For sure.
And maybe rusher too. So we'll see.
For sure, yeah, he's up there. So let's move on to EB. You can go ahead with that one, Ubi.
So EB in the first round got Yanal. Honestly, amazing pick. I think Yanal might lead the league in touchdowns. He's he has the athleticism. He's I think he's just gonna go off in general. Defensively, he's really good too. And then he got like literally probably maybe the best linebacker in the league behind like just a few other players. Offensively, he sometimes like he'll just disappear, but he's also really good when you need him. Tokir, my goodness, man. That was a really good pick, but I'll say this. Sometimes he has a tendency to like shut down. He'll just drop the ball for some games. Like he'll have like 4 or 5 drops in a game, and that could cost them the game, the championship. So we'll see about that. Falah, that's also a very good pickup, but the one thing that's a worry about him is him like actually showing up to games.
For sure.
Bro, that's
a steal.
That's a steal. Bro, he has really good hands. He's fast. I think he might go off for EB.
Okay, I'm gonna cut you off real quick. Yeah. Are you taking Aid or Ali Beni?
Aid for sure. Aid for sure.
You know I'm a big hater of Ali, so
Ali's hated, bro. Ali's
no,
man.
No, I'm
bro.
not. Listen. I'm not a hater, but I'll say this: when we played against you guys last season, and I saw Ali on that side, I literally was just trying to throw it to that side. I threw my first deep play of the season on Ali. Just think about that. All right, and then Omar Hussein, he's gonna be I think he's gonna be a solid blocker, but I mean he'd be a really good second blocker. I'm not sure about a primary blocker. And then you got Mooney. Mooney hasn't played in like 6 seasons.
Mooney Mency.
But I know he's gonna work hard. I know he's gonna do anything to get EB's trust. So I think he's a solid pick. And then Yazan Yunus, I'm not sure about him. Do you have anything?
I got a funny story about Mooney. One time when we played in the league, so I think it was on Hesed Menzi's team, and me and Hakeem, his cousin, was on the sideline, and man, Mooney legitly turns his body and lets the pass rusher just go in. And then one time, me and Hakeem was on the sideline. We're making fun of Mooney. I said, "Watch this play." Legitly, Mooney was in his own world. He was talking to himself. Just turns his body like he's like opening the door for the pass rusher to walk in. It was
Mooney
like the funniest play ever.
Man. He does not care.
But he's
just there. He's one of those players where he's like, "I'm just there so I don't get fined."
But he did step up on about the Bedoui team the year after, so hopefully he can bring that back.
I don't think he's gonna let Evie down. I think he's a solid pick.
For sure.
All right, next is Fahad.
Let me just go. Oh, you want to go to Fahad?
Oh, no, go ahead.
No, we're good. I was just gonna say, let me rapid fire and just go through them.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, as far as EB's team, I'm just gonna rapid fire this. Yanal, good pick. I truly only think he will only work out on 3 teams, being Omar Ahmed, EB, or Fahad. Like, I don't think he's a good fit on any other team. Ihab, top 3 linebacker in my opinion. You guys were saying he falls off on offense. He was at one point he was Doomy's number 1 receiver last year, but it's just how you want to look at it.
But that was because he was like the number 1 option. Who else was on that team at receiver?
Hamada.
I think Ihab's a better receiver, but yeah, and better defender. And then I think Ihab should go over Hamada, to be honest. But yeah, keep going.
I think that's Hamada honestly just had a down year, if I'm being honest with you. Then he got Totap Tokir. I'm a big Tokir lover, man. He's reliable, but like you said, he can shut down at sometimes to where he'll just have a bad game here and there, which is normal. But he's reliable. He's been crazy with EB. I think this is his 3rd or 4th time with EB, so I mean he has that connection with him. Abdullah Falah, if he can show up, I'm saying this right now. If Abdullah Falah can show up every week, he will win Most Improved Player of the Year. But I'm just gonna leave that to the next segment. I like that pick. He's good. He's fast. Just wish he's taller, man. Just wish that boy's taller. Then you got Ali Beni. Solid player, solid corner. That little check down, easy completion, need a couple yards. Omar Hussein, in my opinion, is a little bit overrated as a blocker, but as a rusher, he's way better. He brings that strength into rushing. He can get after that quarterback. Mooney Mency is Mooney Mency. I got nothing to say. I think that story from Walid sums it up. And then you got Yazan Yunus, which we don't see too much of him, so I don't really have much to say about him.
All right.
I'm gonna start. Okay, to start off with Fahad's team, I'm just gonna do this one rapid fire because I think EB and Fahad's team they just go out and pick big names.
Mm-hmm.
So they're really, in my opinion, they're really easy to rank. Ben, fire pick. That's the best pick Fahad can make. He was his number one
Chemistry.
target.
Yep.
They got the connection. They got everything. Noor, honestly, man, he's my boy, but he was a disappointment last year. I didn't see as much from him.
But
Go ahead.
I'm just gonna say, getting Nuh that late is a steal. He
It
is
is,
an
it is.
athletic freak. If Fahad
Noor,
can
he cut me
like,
off, bro. I was gonna start hyping you up. He cut me off. Keep going.
bro, he is like amazing. But I'll just say this: the one thing about him is, like Ihab, he kind of just disappears. I don't know what
sure.
happens. He'll be gone for 2 games and then all of a sudden go off on the 3rd game.
For sure.
So, I mean, if Fahad could build that chemistry with Nuh, I think he's gonna be he might be one of the best players in the league.
For sure. What I like about him too is on defense. In my opinion, he's the most versatile defensive player in the league.
Mm-hmm.
You put him at rusher, he's the best rusher. You put him at linebacker, he's one of the best flag pullers. Safety, he can get there. Corner, he could get there. So
I'll say this though, for at defense, if you put him at linebacker, it's kind of tough. I don't think he's the best linebacker. I mean, yeah, he could go pull the flags and all that, but I feel like he follows a lot.
he follows. But if you have a tough captain like Fahad, I think Fahad will get him straight. He'll put him in the right. Like in my opinion, Nuh going to Fahad is the best case scenario for him.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's just what's gonna help him. But yeah, on offense, he just got to step a little bit more, and I think that'll bring him to the bottom of the second or the top, depending on how you want to look at it.
He might be a first rounder at the end of the year.
For sure.
We'll
I can
see.
100% see that. Abdullah Awad, I've said this multiple times. I'll say it again. I'm not an Abdullah Awad fan. He's my boy, but I'm just not a fan.
I mean, no. Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
I tell him this all the time. He runs the same routes. He'll run straight. He'll just run deep routes, expecting the ball. Defensively, he's good. He's a good corner, suitable corner. But I think in the 3rd round, you had better options. Like I'm taking Abdullah Falah over him. I'm taking Sohaib Hamoud over him. I'm taking Enes Hamoud over him.
Mm-hmm.
He on offense, you don't see him with the ball because he just runs deep the whole time. He's not really a quarterback friendly type of guy. But what do you think?
Yeah, honestly, I'd probably take the whole entire 4th round over him. Defensively, he follows a lot. Offensively, he doesn't have the best hands. He's athletic, but I mean,
Sure.
I haven't really seen it like in action, so I can't
For
really,
sure.
I can't really like support that pick too much. But I mean, again, with Fahad might make him amazing. So
For sure,
we'll see
for
about
sure. All these players that you might consider reaches, we're gonna look back at them. I guarantee you,
Mhm.
we're gonna look back at all these picks and be like, "Dang, that was a good pick." Just because Fahad just makes people better. He has
Hold
that
on,
factor
Nadeem.
in him.
You said Awad goes deep a lot.
He does.
Do you guys remember when Fahad has Sadek on his team in like the 9th round?
that. Mm-hmm.
Bro, he was like an animal because anything he just did just go deep, and Fahad just loves that.
For
Yeah.
sure. That's
So
how he was
they-
with Nasser. Nasser
So
last year.
and
Last week.
Awad can be scary.
For sure. It just depends on how Fahad wants to play him. But like you said, Nasser last year was doing the same thing, catching deep balls left and right.
Mm-hmm.
But we're showing Awad too much attention right now, so we gotta go move on.
Next.
Mohamed Rahima, lockdown corner, highest IQ
Bro.
on the field. He didn't play offense, which is understandable, but he's top 3 corner. He shuts down half the field.
Bro, he is insane. He'll fly
sure.
out of nowhere to get that pick.
For sure. But it's kind of I felt like from all the captains, like Dumi was telling me this,
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of a thing to where they all were like, just let him be on Fahad's team.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of one of those to where like it's just right for him to be on Fahad's team. Like he just can't be anywhere else. It's just that just looks right.
Yeah.
Mohamed Rahima to be on Fahad's team. What's next? Who we got next?
Hassan Aish.
The furry Hassan.
Hey,
Hassan Aish, my dog.
he's a solid blocker, solid rusher. He was going off last year at rush, so we'll see how he does. I mean, I don't got anything bad to say about Hassan, to be honest. Especially at that pick, there's not many people that you'd want to pick ahead of him. So I think that was
sure.
a solid pick. What do
I'm
you
gonna
think?
I'm gonna skip over Abad and go to both of the brothers. Hassan and Omar Aish, man,
Yeah.
they are the best teammates you can have, man. They are the most supportive. You tell them what to do, they'll do it. You want to sub with them, they'll do it. Ignore the fact from their football play. Like as far as teammates go, they're the best teammates you can have.
100%.
They'll support you. They're just like the spirit of the team. So I feel like every team needs to have that one person. Fahad was lucky enough to get both of them. So
Yeah.
that's not even mentioning like they're amazing on the field. What's nice about them is that you think that because they're brothers, they play the same. They're completely different players on the field, in my opinion.
Almar has that passion. I'll say this: he will give 100% effort. Same with Hassan.
sure.
They
For
will
sure.
put everything on the line for Fahad.
For sure.
So
Abad, we got Abadullah.
Boy, a bad baby.
Yes,
Sliding
sir.
Bully
Hey.
pack bad.
Hell
Big
yeah.
Pack Bad. He just has to be on Fahad's team, bro. Like I would rage, I would riot if he's not on Fahad's team because last year was too funny, man. You guys remember that clip of the ball hitting him in the face?
Yeah.
Yep.
Bro, that was hilarious. And then we got Ahmad Sayed. The reason why Ahmad fell so far was because he literally doesn't know how many weeks he's gonna miss, which is kind of weird. But he doesn't know how many weeks he's gonna miss. But if he's there for a consistent amount, that's a steal. I mean, he's a 4th rounder in any other league. But yeah,
I mean, if he's here for like most of the games, he could definitely help get Fahad the 1st or 2nd seed, which would be
For sure.
huge, especially to get that bye week.
for sure. And then we got Huzaifa Zafa. That's his cousin. He scored a big touchdown in the championship game, if you guys remember.
I saw
He's
that.
the one with the GoPro. He has a little GoPro on him.
Yeah.
That boy has the GoPro footage. Never wants to send us over.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Yeah, he has a GoPro for no reason, man. He must be hiding it in his stash or something.
Hey, he's a solid rusher. I'll say that.
For sure. He brings heart. He brings tenacity and stuff like that. But bro, send over the footage, man.
All right, guys, let's get to the last part of the segment. We're going to talk about the preseason power rankings of each team. So I know we talked about the grades. Talk about their power rankings going into the year.
Ubi, take it away. 1 through 6. Quick fire. Go.
All right. So I'll start from the bottom. I think the worst team this season is gonna be Omar Hassan. After that, I think that's gonna be number 6. Number 5, I have Dumi. At number 4, I have Omar Ahmed. Number 3, I got my team. Number 2, I have Fahad, and number 1, I got AB.
Okay.
Come
Alright, that
on,
was
Ubi.
nice.
Come on, don't you gotta be unbiased.
I'm being unbiased. You guys don't know my team. If you
forgive
guys-
me, I get
If you
I'm-
guys
I'm
knew
not
my
being biased.
team, if you guys knew my team, then sure you guys would have an argument. But I know my team more than you guys know it.
I understand, but at the end of the day, you just have
I'm
too much risk on your team.
a lot. Okay, We'll see.
Let me just rapid fire this one, bro. This one's easy to me. In my opinion, the worst team is gonna be Omar Hassan. You rush 2 at him, that boy is locked. Number 5 is Ubi. Ubi, your team is just. The reason I'll tell you why. The reason why it's number 5 is because your team is just simply unproven. Like there's no tape, there's no nothing. You can't see anything about your team. That's why I have you at number 5. Number 4, I'm gonna put Omar Ahmed. The only reason he's there is because there's Ibi and Fahad. That's literally the only reason why. I'm taking Fahad after that. Although he won the championship, but I just feel like Ibi's the better quarterback. He can run. He can bring his team up. And I think he has the better roster than Fahad.
yeah.
And then obviously after that, Fahad. And we're number 1, baby. Do me number 1.
Stop, man. You said
Alright,
unbiased. You said
hold on.
unbiased.
This is the truly unbiased one. I think Ubi and Omar can switch 1 and 2, but if I had to pick, I'll do Omar 1, Ubi 2. Second is Dumi. Third is Dumi. Omar's 4. Fahad 5. Ebi 6. I think
On a
Ebi
paper
got the best
standpoint,
team.
looking on paper, that's correct in my opinion. On paper. Looking on paper. But knowing the players, I think my list is pretty accurate.
Wrong.
I think, in my opinion, I think Omar is a better quarterback overall than Dumi. So that's my opinion.
Omar Ahmed.
Omar Ahmed, yeah.
Yeah, but he doesn't have the receivers, and then also
I can argue about that for days.
Also, you gotta
He
remember
has
AJ
3
is gonna be gone.
stacks.
AJ is gonna be gone like for a couple of games. That could screw him over.
Well, no, he's missing one game, then one playoff game.
That's huge.
All he has to do is get the bye week, and we're not even talking about it.
If he loses one game, that's it. I mean, he's not getting the bye.
If we were to talk about quarterback to quarterback, I'll say one thing that everyone talks about too much, but they don't understand. In my opinion, not just because he's my quarterback, but the gap between Omar Ahmed's running ability and Dumi's ability is not that big. Omar definitely has the higher up on him on running, but I think the gap between them is really not that big. I mean, if you just watch the highlights, Dumi was running like crazy. He was getting first downs on first down just by running.
Dumi can run, but Omar, it makes you rethink on how you rush.
For sure.
Dumi,
for sure.
You just straight up rush. Omar, you have to have a game plan on how you want to rush.
For sure.
Also, Dumi, he has... The thing is, sure, he's a better thrower, but, I mean, it doesn't matter if you're a better thrower if your receivers aren't that great. So...
For sure. But yeah, I think that wraps us up, guys. Appreciate you guys for watching. We're going to have this video come out, right, Waleed? We're going to have this one first and then a second one after pretty soon. Yeah, so we're going to have this one out and then we're going to have another one and then just weekly. So I appreciate you guys for watching. Jazakumullah khair for signing up.